So today we're going to dive into what is basically a blueprint for a better life, and it comes from the Buddhist monk Master Hsing Yun. Now, this isn't some abstract high-in-the-sky philosophy. It's a really clear, actionable guide for improving ourselves and, the world around us. Okay, let's get into it.
All right, let's kick things off with a question that, let's be honest, we've all probably thought about at some point. What does it actually mean to do a good thing? Is it about following a super long list of complicated rules? Or is it something way simpler?
Well, for Master Hsing Yun, the answer is just so beautifully direct. He believed morality isn't really about a complex code of conduct, but about the intention, the starting point behind what we do. The key thing here is, if your thought, your impulse, is to benefit other people, that's the heart of morality. It's a really powerful idea that puts the focus back on our inner world. And that right there is the perfect starting point for this whole blueprint. It's this idea that everything, and I mean everything, begins from the inside out. It starts with the most fundamental building block there is, ourselves. So the cornerstone of all this, it's something called the three good deeds. And don't let the simple name fool you. This is a seriously powerful practice for purifying the three main ways we interact with the world, through what we think, what we say, and what we do. And it breaks down into three really clear, really doable steps. Instead of just focusing on not doing bad things, this whole approach is proactive. It's about consciously choosing to store good thoughts, to speak good words, and to do good deeds. It completely reframes things from a mindset of avoidance to one of active creation.
Okay, so what does that even mean, storing good thoughts? This gives us some great practical examples. It's about actively cultivating things like gratitude, compassion, and joy in our daily lives. These aren't some far-off, lofty goals. They are actual choices we can make every single day.
Then we have the second part, speak good words. And this is huge, right? Because it's all about recognizing just how much power our words carry. It's the difference between choosing to offer praise and encouragement versus getting pulled into gossip or using harsh language. It's about using our words to build people up, not tear them down.
And that brings us to the third one, do good deeds. And what I absolutely love about this part is just how normal the examples are. Offering a smile, obeying traffic rules, conserving water. This shows us that doing good doesn't have to be some grand, heroic act. It's actually woven into the fabric of our daily lives through these small, consistent, positive actions.
Okay, so once we've started working on that inner foundation, the next step is to let all that goodness radiate outwards. This is where it stops being just about us and starts becoming about how we show up for other people. It's kindness in action.
And the way we do that is through a practice called the four givings. It's this beautiful idea of actively offering people what they need to really flourish. And we're not just talking about material things here, but emotionally and spiritually too.
So what are these four things we can give? As you can see, they're not what you might expect. We can give confidence with a word of encouragement. We can give joy just by being present. We can give someone hope when they're in a dark place. And we can give convenience just by making someone's life a little bit easier. It's such a bigger, broader idea of generosity than just giving money. And this is such a crucial mindset shift. Giving isn't about losing something. It's not a minus in your column. In this way of thinking, giving is an act of creation. It builds connection, it builds value, it literally creates a better world.
And wow, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Master Hsing Yun looked at this huge monastery, his life's work, and said it wasn't something he built, but something that was given into existence by the kindness, the generosity, and the support of so many people. That is the creative power of giving in a nutshell.
So we've gone from ourselves to how we interact with others. Now we're going to zoom out even further and see how all these little actions can actually build a truly harmonious society. The framework for this is called the 5 Harmonies. And what's so elegant about it is how logical it is, how it builds on itself. You can see it right here. It all starts with harmony within yourself, that inner peace we get from the 3 good deeds. From there, it expands outward, to our family, to other people, to society as a whole, and finally, to the world.
When you really think about it, the whole principle is so simple but so profound. World peace literally starts with inner peace. You can't have a peaceful world without a harmonious society. You can't have a harmonious society without respectful relationships, and you can't have those without first finding harmony within yourself. It's a bottom-up approach to changing the world. And to help us build that kind of society, there's also this really practical guide called The 7 Admonitions. A good way to think about them is like an antidote to the common poisons that really mess up our lives and our communities. And man, just look at this list. It feels like it could have been written yesterday, right? They're called social poisons for a very good reason. Things like substance abuse and gambling, they don't just hurt the person doing them. They destroy self-control and can shatter trust within a family. And then you have violence, theft, harsh speech. Those are direct attacks on the fabric of society, creating fear and division. So by choosing to abstain from these, we're not just practicing self-discipline. We're actively helping to create a healthier, safer world for everyone.
All right, so let's tie this all together. What we've been looking at, it's not just a bunch of random ideas. It's a complete, cohesive blueprint for life that flows so beautifully from our own inner world all the way out to the entire planet. And this chart really puts that new approach into perspective. It's a huge shift, right? We're moving from a focus on don'ts to a focus on do's, away from complicated rules and towards simple practices. And instead of just fixing problems after they happen, we're proactively creating goodness. It's a much more empowering way to live.
And in the end, this whole beautiful philosophy comes down to one simple, powerful idea. Profound change, whether it's in our own life or in the world, it doesn't usually happen with one single grand gesture. It's built from the small, consistent habits that we practice day in and day out.
So that brings us right back to you right now. This isn't about changing your whole life overnight. It's about starting with just one thing. So the question is, what is one good deed, one kind word, or one good thought you can put into practice today?